Let's look at an example of incorporating CSS and JavaScript with HTML. This CSS rule defines the default typography for the web page by applying the Arial font to all text within the body element. If Arial is not available on the user's device, the browser automatically falls back to another sans serif font, ensuring the text remains clean, readable, and consistent across different systems. The text align center property is used to center align text horizontally within its container. When applied, it makes all text line up evenly in the middle rather than starting from the left or right, giving the content a balanced and visually focused appearance. The margin top 50px property adds space above an element, pushing it down from the top by 50 pixels. This helps create visual breathing room between elements and prevents content from appearing too close to the top or two elements above it. The padding bottom part controls the space inside an element at the bottom. When written as padding 10px 20px, it means the element has 10 pixels of padding on the top and bottom and 20 pixels of padding on the left and right, creating comfortable spacing around the content inside the element. The font size 16px property sets the size of the text to 16 pixels, which is considered a standard and comfortable reading size per body text. It helps ensure the content is clear, readable, and visually balanced across most screens and devices. Cursor pointer changes the cursor to a hand icon, usually a pointing finger, signaling to users that the element is clickable. Let's do a simple JavaScript demo that shows how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript handling all work together. The message paragraph displays instructional text for the user. It initially says, "Click the button to see JavaScript in action." When the button is clicked, JavaScript targets the paragraph using its ID message and updates its content in real time, demonstrating how user actions can trigger dynamic behavior on a web page. This shows how JavaScript works together with HTML and CSS to create interactive and responsive experiences. A button on click text change refers to using JavaScript so that clicking a button triggers an event, on click, that updates text on the page, such as changing the content of a paragraph, heading, or label. The change text function is a JavaScript function that runs when an event happens, like clicking a button. When the function runs, it finds the HTML element whose ID is message and changes the content inside it. The button's click event triggers a function that replaces the content with "Hello, this text has been changed." The browser displays a JavaScript demo that reads "Click the button to see JavaScript in action." When you click on the button, it displays "Hello, this text was changes using JavaScript." The HTML meta tag with charset equals UTF-8 specifies the character encoding for the web page. UTF-8 is a widely used encoding that supports almost all characters from all languages, including special symbols and emojis. By including meta charset equals UTF-8 in the head section of an HTML document, the browser knows how to correctly display the text content, ensuring that characters like accented letters, symbols, and non-Latin scripts appear properly. The HTML meta tag is used to provide metadata about a web page, which is information that browsers and search engines can use, but is not displayed directly on the page. One commonly used meta tag is the description tag. The HTML Metaname equals viewport content equals width equals device width. Initial scale equals 1.0. Tags used to control how a web page is displayed on different devices, especially mobile devices. Width equals device width ensures that the page matches the width of the device's screen, so it doesn't appear zoomed out or too large. Initial scale equals 1.0 sets the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded, so the content appears at normal size. This meta tag is essential for responsive web design, making sure the layout adapts properly to smartphones, tablets, and desktops. A single line comment in HTML shows only one line of note or explanation in the code and is ignored by the browser, so it does not appear on your website. It is used to leave short reminders, describe a specific part of the code, or temporarily disable a line of HTML without affecting the page's display. A multiple line comment in HTML can be used to provide longer explanations or detailed notes about your HTML code, which can be helpful when building or maintaining a website. Like single line comments, multiple line comments are ignored by the browser and do not affect how the page is displayed. It can span several lines, making them ideal for documenting complex sections of code or leaving reminders for yourself or other developers. HTML is the backbone of every website because it gives structure and meaning to web content. It allows developers to define elements like headings, paragraphs, images, links, tables, forms, and more, so browsers know what each piece of content is and how it should be displayed. Without HTML, a web page would just be plain text with no organization nor hierarchy. HTML also enables accessibility, meaning screen readers and other assistive technologies can understand the content, making websites usable for everyone. It works together with CSS to style the page and with JavaScript to make it interactive. But HTML itself is what ensures that the content exists in a structured, logical way. Furthermore, HTML provides semantic meaning through elements like header, footer, article, and nav, which helps search engines, browsers, and developers understand the purpose of different sections of a page. In short, HTML is essential for creating websites because it defines the content, structure, and basic meaning of everything you see on the web. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content.